Okay, so in this video, we're going to go over the menu, the global settings, the previous day high and low, and the previous week high and low. We're going to talk about this section right here, the global settings. Now these two are turned on by default, okay? Now show labels, we'll turn on previous day high and low because we're going to talk about those in a second. Okay, so there you just marked out the previous day high and low, and I'll talk about that in a second. But show labels, that's going to show this, okay? So when I toggle this off, those are going to disappear. The lines will stay there, but the previous day high, what they are, the labels will disappear. Okay. Now you still have these prices over here highlighted in the color that the line is to show you what the numbers are. Okay. That's something different, but show labels will remove all of those. That's why by default it's set to show all labels, because I don't know why you'd want them turned off. Unless you color code everything, and that's fine, but the labels are just, they're out of the way, and I don't know why anyone would turn them off, but you can. Now, the global time zone, okay? What you can do is hover over this little eye icon, and you can read that says, turn on to use the global time zone settings selected here for all individual time zone settings below, and turn off to use the individual time zone settings selected for each individual item. Okay, why did I create the global time zone? Well, because in the United States we have daylight savings time. Okay, and so you have to have, for example, the Asia session right here is from hour 20 to midnight Eastern time. Okay, we'll talk about this in the next video, but it's set for GMT -4. Well, when we in the fall, when we just had a daylight savings time, we had to fall back an hour. Now it's GMT -5. So instead of changing this, changing this, changing this, changing this, changing every single one that has GMT -4 to GMT -5, now having this selected and changing the setting here changes all this by default. So when I turn on the Asia session, it's going to be this time using this, not this. Okay? This overrides all of the GMT settings, individual settings. That's what it says here. Select here for all individual time zone settings below. Okay, you can turn it off, and now I'm using this, whatever setting this is. Okay, so we'll use that. Previous day high and low, obviously it's going to mark the previous day's high and low. The day is not midnight to midnight, it's from 1800 until 1700. It's the actual trading day. Okay, so you can also show previous if you'd like, and that will show you more days. Let me just wait for it to calculate here. You'll see you don't have the lines, but you see the previous day line here, previous day low here, previous day high is up here. So it gives you the things. It just doesn't do the lines because we don't have the lines that way. So I really never use the previous day high and low. I just leave it off, the show all. Anyway, previous day high and low I have checked it all the time. Now the settings, you can make it solid. You can have them dashed. You can have them dotted if you'd like. And you can change them individually, right? Dotted and dashed. However you like. I usually leave mine solid line on basically everything. You can change the color, whatever color you want. You can add colors here, just like everything else. And that will be your colors, okay? Now, this, if you change this color, let's just say I change this color to this pink, right? That's going to change that. It's not going to change the color over here. To change this color, you have to go to Style, and you got to come down to previous day high and low. There's previous day high, and change this color. That's going to change that color. Okay. Don't change the thickness, color, anything else or setting. It's defaulted to be what it was. So just leave it that way. Don't mess with these settings. But that's how you can change that if you want to change the color. Okay. I'm going to reset back to default. And that's how you do the previous day high and low. Now, same thing for the previous week high and low. Previous week high and low. I have it at the screen. So let's just see where those are at here. Let's lower this here. All right, so there's your previous week high and low here. Okay, usually I have those turned on, usually for the first Monday, maybe Tuesday until they're reached. But once they're reached, you can have this line being violated the whole time, so I remove it. Okay, so there's the previous week high and low. I usually take them off. They're same with the settings. If you want to change the colors, you can change them down here. Previous week high and low. That's going to change the pricing. Okay. So the next video, we're going to talk about the sessions.